What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, man, we all knew this video was coming. We all knew it was coming. I just didn't want to do it so soon. First and foremost, please, for the love of God, let me just, push this out here. Sledgehammer, this has nothing to do at all with you or your game. I played this game for 6 hours yesterday, including the 2 hours the day prior when I did that, midnight live stream as well. And so I guess around like 7 to 8 hours, I think, altogether right now. I'm having a blast playing Call of Duty Vanguard. I don't know if it's the honeymoon phase, which more than likely it is just the honeymoon phase. Again, I'm going to give it a couple of weeks before I actually give a final opinion. I've been telling you guys this multiple times. Don't take any of these videos right now completely serious on your deciding factor if you want to buy the game or not. Because, again, I'm just basing it all off of my honeymoon phase. It just feels really good to play this game right now. And also, if you guys do want to catch me stream it again, I will be streaming today. Probably another 6 to 7 hour stream just grinding Vanguard content, seeing what we can talk about, discuss, make YouTube videos on. And you can also see my impressions of the game change around live and in action. Link to all that stuff to my Twitch channel is down in the description. So far, I don't have too many complaints when it comes to this game. Mostly just like packet loss, which is completely annoying at times because it really does determine a lot of gunfights, and it happens constantly. But that's not a game issue, that's a server issue. So for the love of God, please. I guess that goes towards Activision as well, because this whole video is going to be about Activision. Activision, get your crap together. Your servers are so rough right now, and it's sad because Sledgehammer Games has put so much work and effort into the actual gunplay of this game, which feels phenomenal, but it completely gets overshadowed by your crap servers you have. Please, you make so much money, Activision. Put better servers in the game. But that's not even what this video is going to be about. Today, we are talking about skill-based matchmaking. Yes, we all knew this was going to be in the game. And also, I did mention this in yesterday's video, saying that it is present in this title. I personally am trying to ignore it, move on from it, and I am enjoying the experience. You see, I'm playing very competitive. I have about 2.5 minutes or so on the hard point here. We went 34-8 on Castle. Also, God, this map is beautiful. I can't get over how stunning the graphics are in this game. They turned one of my favorite old school classics into probably one of the best looking Call of Duty maps I've ever seen remastered to date. Seriously, out of all the remasters I've seen, this right here, even compared to new maps they're making nowadays, this right here, Castle, is by far the most beautiful. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that I'm not saying remove skill-based matchmaking, ban skill-based matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking sucks. I'm not saying this stuff because I want noob lobbies to pub stomp. No, I mean, I'm handling the sweats pretty decently, I must say. And the sweats are everywhere, I'm telling you. After the first couple of games, they started pouring in. But I'm still holding a 4-1 loss ratio. I'm very close to my 2 KD. It's going to take me a little bit more time because, again, I messed around a little bit in the larger game modes, which I'm going to be discussing once again, like I said earlier, about all the skill-based matchmaking crap. But my KD's a little rough right now, but we'll work on that. But I've been able to stand my ground, hold my own, and be able to compete. But the problem with the algorithm of the skill-based matchmaking is not the opponents that it puts me against, because it works perfectly fine with that, but it puts me with teammates that aren't equal to my own skill level. And I can't tell you how aggravating it is to be put into that situation. It's mind-boggling. Activision looks at your player stats, and they say, wow, this guy is actually doing amazing. He's holding a really good win-loss. He has a very good average KD going on there. Let's go ahead and, put all these noobs here that are just getting their foot through the door into his party, into his team. Let's do that, and then obviously match me against all of my competition. It doesn't make any logical sense. It's so bad that I refuse to play this game solo just like I did in the past couple of Call of Duty games. Solo COD is dead. It's no longer a thing because skill-based matchmaking will hand you your ass back to back to back again. And even then, I go ahead and party up with a bunch of the homies. Like I said, over on my live stream, I always have open lobbies. I don't mind what your skill level is and stuff like that. Like I said, if it's noobs that are given to me by Activision, it's annoying. But like I said, I don't care if you're a viewer or you just want to squad up with me. I completely understand. I feel 10 times more comfortable knowing that I have a party full of people who are in the game that can hear me, communicate with me and stuff like that, and interact, than knowing that it's just going to be some random guy who's probably going to have it completely muted. They don't know what's going on. They don't care what's going on. And they're going to cost us the full game. I feel much more comfortable being in a 6-man party. But for some reason, it's a weird issue in this game. I don't know if it's an issue or if this was intended to happen. But if you play tactical, you can't get into 6v6 games 24/7. Actually, the majority of the time that I play tactical, I'm forced into 10v10 lobbies, which completely defeats the purpose of trying to cut down on the randoms in your lobby, because instead of being able to, get a 6-man party, which that's the limit for your party, I can't get 10 people in my party, so, I'm going to be forced to have random. So no matter what the situation is when I'm playing pub matches, I'm forced to have crappy randoms. It always happens. It got so bad to the point that I just completely cut it, man. I had to cut the party. I said, I'm so sorry, guys. I want to continue squatting up with you guys. Seriously, I love running 6v6s with the full squad from, the Twitch streams. But when I have to deal with extra randoms on the side, that's when it sucks, because we have 5 to 6 people playing OBJ. And then we have like 5 to other 6 people sitting in the back of the map doing absolutely nothing. While I have 10 plus people on the enemy team completely decked out, my same skill level, who are all playing OBJ. Just use math, use your head. If it's 5 people versus a full 10 stack all on the OBJ, clearly the 10-man party has the advantage over the 5 people pushing up to the OBJ. It's just very obvious, it's simple. And this annoyed me so bad that I just said, forget it, I'm cutting the party, I'm going to free-for-all, I'm just going to play there. Because at least in free-for-all, I can completely control my own game. And I continued to win. Obviously, when free-for-all, you verse your own opponents of your own skill level, but it's all on you. You don't have to depend on any teammates or anything of that sort, so I can just play, I can get my W's, I can be consistent with it, fine with me. But that sucks, because I was never a Call of Duty fan for the free-for-all experience. Free-for-all is fun, don't get me wrong, but I came to Call of Duty because it was a fun game to get a solo experience out of. You were able to hop into any game with randomized matchmaking on both sides of the team. You had some good players, some bad players across the whole board, and then you would go into combat, and then it will be a pretty fair, even, fun fight. But nowadays, it's the complete opposite. It never gives you anybody of your own skill level. I can't even consider going into Blitz anymore. I loved Blitz when I was in the beta, but during the beta, I didn't care about stats or anything, or trying to win or nothing. I just wanted to sit back, test out the weapons, test out the game. It was a testing period. I didn't really try that hard. I was just trying to make sure the game was polished off and good. So I didn't give a crap about it back then. But trying to go into a Blitz lobby right now, bro, don't even try to play an objective. Just play, if you go to Blitz, just play Team Deathmatch. And even then, even playing Team Deathmatch, over half of the players don't even know how to play that. You have people pointlessly throwing away their lives, charging out into the middle of the open, constantly rushing enemies, when we're down by 20 kills. I mean, you have to catch up somehow. TDM isn't the most mindless game mode. It is the most mindless game mode, but it does still, to some certain degree, take strategy to win an overall match of TDM. And the whole squad just doesn't do anything. Again, it's me and my full 6-man. We're holding our own. We're at the top of the leaderboard. We're grinding it out. We're doing what we have to do. But when we have 15 individuals going like 1-20, 1-40 and crap like that, you're not winning any TDM game because they're completely weighing you down. And the worst part about this whole situation is how players interact with the game, how they interact with Call of Duty. In 6v6, it's a little bit more manageable. But when you go to these larger scaled game modes, you would think that maybe people would actually play like Battlefield, and you'll see large battles for certain objectives and people trying to take over certain areas of the map to have good overall map control. You would think you would see this strategic stuff in Call of Duty, but no. Over half of the individuals who hop into a match of Blitz don't even give a crap about the OBJ. I mean, you can go like a whole match of hardpoint or domination in like a 20 versus 20, and you'll like go 10-10. Like, nobody will get any points at all unless you step forth and actually try to, grab something. Yes, part of this is because kill streaks is back in the game. I really wish Sledgehammer Games had score streaks instead and just adjusted the score system around it to make it actually work better, to encourage players to push out, because the score streak system wasn't always perfect. We had a lot of problems with that in the past, including Cold War, where it encourages you more to camp and build up your kill streak than actually play OBJ. But if they just adjusted some of the points, they could have made a score streak system that absolutely blew people's minds. But they went back to the kill streak system, so that encourages people not to play OBJ because, if you die, you lose your streak, and nobody wants to deal with that crap. But it's not just the kill streaks, it's just how people play this goddamn game. They don't hop into these large game modes to have the all-out war and fun. They hop into these game modes to sit in the back of the map and use the objectives as bait to bait out the people who actually want to play the game mode how it's supposed to be played, and then they get all their streaks. And the good thing is if you have a good team, you'll still beat these individuals. It's not the end of the world if they're streaking up. If your team knows how to play OBJ, you're set. Yes, getting kill streaks is very beneficial, but if you're not going to actually hop on the OBJ after you get those things, what's the point, man? You're clearly not playing the game correctly. But like I just said, with how the skill-based matchmaking is handling in this game, it'll be me and my full 6-man party versus like 10-15 pros, And then I have a bunch of noobs for the rest of the team here. So this strategy works. They're allowed to sit in the back of the map. They're allowed to not play OBJ because all those people at the bottom there who, obviously, like I said, aren't squatted up with us, are charging mindlessly out at these people, and they're just holding the same position in the back of the map because that's what you can do in these game modes. It's very easy. Back in the old school Call of Duty games like Call of Duty 4 and World at War with the modded lobbies, that's what people do when it comes to these large-scale game modes, You hold angles and you let them pour out at you. But again, like I said, that's usually in TDM. Those old school games are TDM. It's a reason that's played like that. When we're playing domination in a hardpoint, the fun of the battle is to have a massive all-out war at these specific OBJs. Seeing 20 plus people battle it out all at once for a B flag territory. It's just all-out war and just chaos going on. But that doesn't happen. I can go to the B flag and see nobody. It's just the most boring thing in the world. I'll see absolutely nobody on the B flag. And then, obviously, like I said, my team gets completely mopped. The enemy team wipes them completely out. They get all the streaks. And then we start getting whooped even more. And then they finally do push up a little bit. They might capture the flag. And then it's a GG from there. Man, oh man. Skill-based matchmaking has to be tuned. This game, out of the past 3 Call of Duty games to release, is so far my favorite. Between Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard, Vanguard is definitely my go-to when it comes to a playable experience. The maps are fantastic. They have great flow. They're good on their OBJ game modes. Sledgehammer actually sat down and thought pretty clearly on how to set up OBJs on certain different ones of these maps. They did good with them. The gunplay, the sound effects, everything, bro. It's phenomenal. But Activision just can't help themselves. They always have to do something stupid with this horrible skill-based matchmaking system. I mean, why can't it be like Battlefield? Battlefield has skill-based matchmaking, but it's called team balancing instead, basically. But it's still the same concept. It's skill-based matchmaking. But it actually balances out the team. It just doesn't put the best players against you. No, it gives you good players as well. The whole objective in Battlefield is to make sure both sides of the battle are completely fair. It's not to let the noobs have a bunch of really overpowered players to carry them. I mean, yeah, it's cool to sprinkle a few noobs here and there on both sides, so it's an even battle. But when you put an overwhelming amount of noobs on a good player's team, it's not going to do anything. Separate them in their own bracket at that point. What's the point of the skill-based matchmaking if it's not even going to work properly? So basically, solo gameplay is dead. And if you want to get a good solo experience without stupidly, thick skill-based matchmaking, the best place to go is free-for-all, where you will get your own, competition. Everybody's going to be around the same skill level. But at the end of the day, you don't have to rely on the algorithm to give you good teammates as well. And even then, free-for-all lobbies are so dead. I tried it actually yesterday, and I'm going to try it again today during today's stream. But it was so dead that I couldn't even get full lobbies. I was literally, for 3 to 4 games straight, and I just called it quits. I got, 4 people, 5 people, and I got a 6-man game, but then it dropped down to 4 people and then down to 3 people. It's awful. You can't get populated lobbies. It's almost as if Activision is trying to force you into larger scaled game modes for that exact reason. Because like I said, even when I try to play tactical 6v6, it puts me in 10v10. It's just, Activision, you freaking scumbags. Please stop trying to ruin experiences. This is finally a playable COD game. Don't F it up, I beg you. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the rant. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button if you hated it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, when you catch me live streams on video games, I do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.